Max Verstappen is one of the most dominant and exciting drivers in Formula 1 history today. He is the 4-time Formula 1 world champion and drives for Red Bull. These are things you probably know already. In this video, let's discover 10 things you didn't know about Max Verstappen. Let's start things off with his nationality. Everybody calls him the Flying Dutchman, but his heritage is a little bit more nuanced. The man is born in Belgium, would you believe it? That's right, in the city of Hasselt. He is born to a Belgian mother and he holds dual citizenship with both the Netherlands and Belgium. Very interesting, although the guy was born in Belgium, he chose to race under the Dutch flag, but because of the strong connection of his father Jos Verstappen, who is Dutch, he qualifies to become a Dutch citizen and therefore can fly under the Dutch flag in Formula 1. Number 2, you guys know about Jos Verstappen, but did you know that his mother as well is also from a racing background? That's right, it's not just Max's father who knows the thrill of a racetrack. His mother, Sophie Kumpen, was also a successful karting and racing driver, even competing against Jenson Button, Giancarlo Fisichella, and Red Bull boss Christian Horner. See, Max's heritage is full of racing. Number 3, let's talk about his karting days. The man started karting aged 4. That is correct, Max's journey began at the tender age of 4 years old when his father Jos Verstappen introduced him to the world of go-karts. By 7, he was already a competitor, and the rest, as you would say, is history. Here's a quote from Jos Verstappen, Max's father. "Max was 4.5 when I stuck him in a go-kart for the first time. It wasn't even that nerve-wracking, as when he was 2, he was already driving quad bikes. So he had the experience of speed and how to steer. He's done quite a lot of things before I put him in the go-kart, and by the time of 7 years of age, Max has been competing, he's been racing and winning championships ever since. And did you know he became the youngest ever champion to win the Belgium karting championship? And that was just at 8 years of age. And it doesn't stop there. By the age of 12, this man was already competing against adults in the European karting championships. This man, natural born talent. Number 4, do you know this man drove in Formula 1 without even having a license? That is correct, Max Verstappen, as you know, made his debut in Formula 1 at age 17, and yet he wasn't legally allowed to drive cars on the public roads. Now, of course, the FIA had a few issues with this, and they thought about changing some of these rules because it sounds ridiculous that you can drive a Formula 1 car, but you can't drive a car publicly on the roads. So this led the FIA to introduce a ruling for drivers to be at least 18 years old before competing in Formula 1. Who knows, Kimi Antonelli could have been driving at 14 in Formula 1 for that sake. And now because of this rule change, Max Verstappen holds the record as the youngest ever Formula 1 driver, and it will never be broken. And speaking about his driving license, did you know he tried to bribe his driving instructor? The eager 17-year-old Max Verstappen was still lacking a driver's license, and he tried to bribe his driving instructor with caps and t-shirts. Needless to say, it didn't work. And now F1 requires you to be 18 years of age in order to drive in Formula 1. Number 5, let's talk about that historic win in Spain 2016. One of Max's most iconic moments came in the 2016 Spanish Grand Prix. Not only was this his first Formula 1 victory ever in Formula 1, but he was the youngest ever Formula 1 driver to win at 18 years old and 228 days. It was an absolute stunning performance, driving for Red Bull on his first race with the team after being promoted from Toro Rosso. This Grand Prix victory also gave his dad a nosebleed. Max recounts the time that he made history winning the F1 race and quotes by saying, "I started cramping with 5 laps to go, just with the excitement and focus." He says, recalling the final moments of himself in the car. "It was crazy. There was a lot of pressure. My dad's nose started bleeding. I can't even imagine how it was sitting there in the driver's room watching the final laps unfold." Honestly, what a sensational story. 18 years of age, winning your first ever Grand Prix with Red Bull in your Red Bull debut as well. I wonder if Red Bull made the right choice. We're at the halfway stage at this moment in time. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're loving talk about Max Verstappen, make sure you smash a like on this video. If you love Formula 1 content like this, be sure to subscribe, and there'll be many more to come. Now, number 6, he almost joined Mercedes. That is correct. Before joining Red Bull and joining the whole Red Bull program, he was having talks with Mercedes. And to think now Mercedes are courting him at this moment in time in 2025, this is actually quite hilarious because they could have had him when he was a toddler. But Red Bull were smart, they made the offer early, they caught the attention of Max Verstappen, and I think it's safe to say that Max Verstappen's decision, as well as Red Bull's decision, paid off. Number 7, let's talk about how he prepares for a Formula 1 race. Now bear this in mind, the intensity, the focus you must have as a Formula 1 driver, the adrenaline, the sheer willpower to be the fastest man on the planet. You want to know how Max Verstappen prepares for his races? He prefers to just relax. He plays video games such as FIFA, Call of Duty, and sometimes he does a bit of sim racing, 24 hours of it as well. He believes that it helps him stay calm and it keeps his mind fresh before hitting the track. You know what? Fair enough. For some people, they need that intensity. For some people, they need that rest and recreation. I wonder which side I would be. Comment down below what you prefer. Number 8, Netflix Drive to Survive. Yes, that sensational program that has brought a lot of Formula 1 fans together and introduced a whole bunch of new Formula 1 fans. Well, in 2022, Max Verstappen said, I'm not having any of this, and he went on a massive embargo and he refused to collab with Drive to Survive Season 4. The reason he didn't want to do it anymore is because he thought it was just too fake. They were making up rivalries, they were making up a bit of stories. And listen, this is Netflix, okay? Show business, Hollywood, okay? There's gonna be moments in the season that they're gonna try and make up. It's all for the entertainment vibe. I get it. It's about the season in Formula 1, but you gotta add a bit of that twang, a bit of that spice into the program. Because some Formula 1 seasons are absolute snooze fests. So fair play to Netflix to try and spice a little bit, putting some extra dip on that chip. Safe to say that he was in season 5 of Netflix, so you know what, happy days. Max, we like you on the show, and your boss Christian Horner is elite. Number 9, this guy cannot get away from racing heritage because his girlfriend is also linked to a Formula 1 legend. That's correct, Max Verstappen has been dating Kelly Piquet since October 2020, and in 2024 they announced that they were expecting their first child together, and she is the daughter of one Nelson Piquet, the Brazilian Formula 1 driver and 3-time Formula 1 world champion. Nelson Piquet's 3 championships, Max's 4 at the time of recording. I mean, there's 7 championships among them. You've got Jos, Formula 1 driver. It's incredible scenes. And the mother's beating up guys like Jenson Button, Fisichella, and Christian Horner. I mean, what is the kid gonna be born into? What kid will we be finding out? Will we find another Verstappen in Formula 1 in decades to come? I hope so. Number 10, let's get away from motorsports for just a second. We'll stick to sports because Max Verstappen is a passionate football fan. That is correct, he's a devoted fan of both FC Barcelona and PSV Eindhoven. Despite his intense racing schedule, he always finds time to keep up to date with his famous teams. Imagine what he felt like when PSV won that title on the last day. And Barcelona winning La Liga as well. Happy days for Max Verstappen. Now, because you guys have been here this far, we're going to give you a bonus one. And if you haven't liked the video already, do me a favor, smash a like. Share this video amongst your peoples. Let the Max Verstappen army know about this. Max Verstappen is honored by Dutch royalty. What do I mean? In 2022, Max was named an officer of the Order of Orange Nassau, a prestigious title awarded for his contributions in motorsport and his global impact as a global ambassador for the Netherlands. Phenomenal scenes, a very high prestigious award, something that he's very proud of, to be representing not only the Netherlands in Formula 1, but to be a global ambassador as well for those in the motorsport world. And to be honored by royalty, I don't see any higher achievement than that. And there you have it, people, 10 things you didn't know, and I even gave you a bonus one about Max Verstappen. From his early racing days, to the heritage that comes before him, the strange off-track practices, Max Verstappen's journey has been truly amazing in Formula 1. And like I said, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash like on the video. Subscribe for more Formula 1 content just like this. If you like Max Verstappen stuff, guess what? There is a lot of it here on this channel, as well as other legendary Formula 1 drivers, past and present. YouTube thinks you'll like this video over here, or you can check out the 10 things you didn't know about Lewis Hamilton. Until next time, lights out.
Max Verstappen, you are the world champion! The world champion!